is it?
What?
Ah, I have my glasses on, and then everything is pushing shit weird. I'm out of contacts that fit. Like, I
That
lost
fit
my
your
last.
eyeballs?
Huh?
Contacts that fit your eyeballs?
Fuck it, I can see you well enough.
That's what happens when you get old.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I can't see anything fucking in front of my face.
Yeah. I'm glad that's recorded. You.
You're recording? Why would you start so early? Oh my God, you suck so bad. God, you suck so bad. Remember that time I tied you to the toilet and put makeup on you?
No, I blocked that out with all the other childhood trauma.
Because there's plenty.
Plenty.
You deserved every bit of it. Golly.
That's a good clip all in itself.
You're so wrong for that. Just trying to slide in a little bit before. Oh, you're a jerk. Whatever.
How's your pool?
It's chaos. It's coming along. It's finally full of water. It's been running. Where are we right now? It's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Our water has been on since Tuesday morning.
Did you call your water department?
No, actually since Monday morning. Yes, I went by there Thursday last week. I went by there last week to let them know what was coming and everything.
Yeah, that way they don't fucking bill you for the sewer.
Yeah.
That's what gets you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cool,
So
man.
But
you're getting a 40 by 20 put in, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
huge.
crazy. Yeah.
It's really huge. It's been a really cool process. It's been really neat to see. A few kinks here and there, but that's any construction project. It's not a big deal. Literally, I've got nothing to complain about with these people. They've done a great job.
Yeah. Now, you didn't get to see the pool lifted over your house, though, right?
Well, I did the first time, and then I saw it go back. So we had a little bit of a hiccup. Oh, I did. I filmed it all. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. The first time, it was supposed to be set last Wednesday, and then they had an issue, and so the crane lifted it up over the house, almost into the hole, and then they realized they had to stop, so they picked it back up, put it in our front yard for 2 days. Then they came back out and did it again. So I missed the second time, but the first time I recorded, and then the guys recorded it going into the ground for me the second time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, because they knew I was out there recording the first time, and that's the only thing I didn't get. So yeah, they sent me a video after it was all over. I was like, hell yeah. But it's been a really neat process. Really dirty, man. Dust everywhere out there. Rock. It's just chaos. Our house is chaos right now.
And you went to Vegas.
And we went to Vegas last weekend. Right in the middle of everything.
Fuck it, let's go to Vegas.
We like.
Did you go see like an Elvis impersonation show?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Yeah, I think I'm over that in Vegas. We did go see Cirque du Soleil, the O show. It's been running for like 20-something years now. And I'm going to tell you, we did the VIP experience, and out of any show, anything we've ever done, and you upgrade and you do VIP, we can all admit it's not always worth it. No. There's been a lot of times I look back and I go, well, that was a waste of everything, Yes. But this one was not. The VIP experience at the Cirque du Soleil show is absolutely hands down worth every extra cent we paid for it. The information you get to meet, they take you to a VIP room. They brought in 3 different stars from the show randomly. You get to ask, it's a meet and greet. You get to ask them just questions like, where'd you come from? Did you always want to do this? What happens when you get sick? Are you married? Do you have kids? Like, how long have you been in the show? Like, just, it was really, really, really neat. We learned so much. They do a whole presentation. It takes like maybe 10 minutes. It's informative and it is amazing. Like, it's incredible. The entire show is incredible. All the information is incredible. The experience was incredible. It's the best thing we've ever done in Vegas, if I'm being honest. And we go to Vegas at least once, if not twice, every year for 7-8 years now.
Shows how close you are to being a boomer.
Yeah. I'm not hiding my age here, bitch, okay?
No, boomers love
right
Vegas.
Behind me.
When the boomers die, like casinos die. Casinos are dying.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Luckily, what's left of the boomers is dedicated to not leaving their kids or grandkids a fucking dime. So.
No, it's all going to Harrah's and
Oh yeah,
MGM
it is. Oh yeah, it is. Yes.
Yep. Fuck
Yes,
them
it is.
kids.
Fuck them kids.
Ding 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 ding.
It's so like, and I say that because, and I've told you this story before. I don't know if I've said it on here. My wife and I went to a casino in Mississippi because it was like a convention thing. I don't know why they have it. I do know why they have it, because most of the people in her field are older, so they'll love it.
Oh, it sounds like a great spot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's a horrible place.
Not for the boomers, Bubba. Okay.
No, they love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
And they're the ones putting the meetings together, probably.
Couldn't get them off the floor. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the restaurants in the casino we went to, we booked in like whatever, and you're at a table with other people, which is weird, but it is what it is. You know, that's part of it. And so they're older, and this is what they do is they travel around. It's 3 married couples, and they're all friends, and they go. This is all they do all year long. They're all on pensions. They all used to work at like factories up north. So they were like, they're boomers who became like crazy millionaires, working a 9 to 5 for 15 years. And now they make more because of the pension and union rules now than they ever have in their whole life. They make more now than the people who are actually working. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. He's like, yeah, I stopped working. I was making 70 grand a year. I'm making 180 now. You're like, what the fuck? I've been retired 30 years.
Yeah.
How? You know what I mean? Anyway.
Another example of something backwards.
Their example of just nonsense. But they were nice enough people. And this is what they do. They spend everything that comes in the door and everything that they've reverse mortgaged, and they just go casino to casino. And my wife was like, you guys have any kids? And it's like, oh, I got 4 kids and 8 grandkids, and they live here, here, and here. And she's just kind of, well, you guys like see them on the trips? Like, oh, they come out and see us occasionally. You know, they're in their own lives. You know, we're just doing our own thing. And, you know, like, obviously there's some things you don't want, and I get that you don't want to bring it. We're just trying to be nice because we have kids. We're just trying to find something to relate to these fucking assholes about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we can get their dinner.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all. You know, and what it came away with is like their parents, and it was interesting because they love telling that story about how their parents, you know, Great Depression era parents, all this, you know, worked really hard. And like, I think one of them started a factory that had sold out to like Ford, and that's how he got his job. And they all met there, and, you know, so they're all kind of juiced in, and they were all left like hunting cabins and vacation homes in Florida that they still own, that their grandfather had bought, you know. And the guy's like, yeah, we just took an extra reverse mortgage. It's like, we became millionaires again. Woo. And you're just like, what? So when you die, there's no wonder your kids don't talk to you. Like, fuck. You were given shitloads of everything, and you're bound and determined to fucking light your cigars with $100 bills going down the toilet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was
a crazy thing.
Because, like, I think part of their mentality is, well, if I did it, they can do it. You know, I earn my keep. They can go earn their keep, and they don't realize it's not the same world. It's not the same opportunity.
Well, not only that, like talking to these people in particular, they didn't earn their own keep. Nobody there got their own job. Everybody got a job working at this Ford man. Like the one guy's fucking dad owned like a small stamping thing that Ford just kind of ate, right? So his dad went there, and he's now a manager of whatever. Well, his dad, of course, hires his son. All of these guys were hired by family members. And plants that they're joking don't even exist anymore. And one of the women, who I seemed like she was aware, one of the wives, even though she was older, she's like, yeah, well, they probably can't, you know, keep employing people if they got to keep paying you guys. And they're like, with their 100% healthcare packages.
Wow.
Just so they can keep staying. They couldn't wait to tell us how they fucking had it.
I wonder who they voted for. I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I'd keep those union benefits. I got to keep those union benefits rolling in. You know, yeah, got to keep them union benefits.
Yeah.
It was.
You know, it sucks and it's unfair, but damn, I wish I had that deal.
Yeah, I mean, I can't hate them. Like everyone works in their own self-interest. That's actually not true. But
mostly true.
Is it though? Would you do that?
No, I wouldn't. But
neither would I.
So you know what? Here's the thing, though. Like, if we're being completely honest, how many people at our level start out with, yeah, I would never do that. I would never do that. Like, this is
Mhm.
how, and the same people move up and they move up and they move up and then they become power and they have egos and they are presented with situations and opportunities that you and I don't even get to see. And I feel like they change. And then
Maybe.
all of a sudden,
Yeah. People
they're
change.
not who they were when they were down here at our level.
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing is, these people aren't crazy wealthy. Like, the dude just fucking ran a stamping machine. Just the way the union benefit worked out, he got hurt on the job, and he told me he fucking retired because he had 18 years in, and the union came in and just comped everything, so he stopped. The other guy stopped working at like 20 something years. So you're like, okay, so you were in your 40s when you retired, and they're like, yep. How old are you now? 75. You're like, and they just laugh. They're just like, yeah. He's like, I've made way more. I made more money this year than I did in 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, because when they adjust the pension, they got to pay us more. And you're just like, so they're still carrying you? And I couldn't tell if they were just like, it was bullshit, or I don't think it was bullshit. I actually believe they're so tickled by them riding their Harleys from, like, they store their Harleys. Like, we'll ride our Harleys, then we store them here, and then we get in our fucking camper, and then we ride to here, and we go. I have no problem with anyone that does well for themselves. It's yours. Do what you want. I genuinely don't care. I'm blessed enough in our household. We do well.
Yeah.
So I'm not hating on anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
My problem comes because I have 5 kids, and I'm trying not to pass judgment on these people who all of them have a shitload of kids, right? And they have a shitload of grandkids, but they couldn't tell you their grandkids' names.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can imagine that.
Yeah, like, and they're like, and it's like one of them's, I think they said they had like 4 or 5 grandkids, and my wife's like, oh yeah, they boys or girls, and you could see them, like, you don't fucking know, you don't care. And it was such a, everything about it was a cliche. I felt like it was a meme and it wasn't real. You know what I mean? Because it's every joke was just in these people at this casino, and they weren't the only ones. You know, like, there were a lot of them. Just, I'd rather give this. And the guy's like, well, it's a good deal because the casinos put us up for free. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Yeah.
Your meals and rooms are not free.
There's so many people that have come across from that generation that it's like they just kind of wash their hands of all the responsibility of children that they had and the grandchildren, and they're just done with it. And
I have a couple of friends who love to hate on boomers. It's their pastime. And I get why one of them's dad is like a boomer's boomer. You know what I mean?
And can we be clear? Like, I know you keep calling me a boomer, but I am not a
you're not.
boomer. Okay.
No,
Can we just, like,
you're
for the
not.
record
No.
here? Yeah. Thank you.
No, I said you're getting close because you go into the casino. You're very close to the boomer-esque mentality. But
Just 'cause I like to go to Vegas and party and have fun does not make me an old boomer.
A little bit.
No, no, because it's not the only place we go, to be clear.
I know. It's so, like, my buddies who hated him all the time, and I mostly just think it's funny. Like, a lot of the things are funny until you see, like, truth in it. In that evening in that casino, March, that was truth for me. It was like, whoa, like, they're the only generation that had to be reminded, you have kids. Do you know where they are? It's like 11 o'clock at night. Do you know where your kids are? Fuck, we have kids. Jeannie, where are the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You know what I blame it on? Lead fumes.
Are we still blaming everything on lead paint? And
No, not lead paint. Lead paint's bullshit. But lead fumes and gas in the cars, there was no need for them to put lead in it. They could have done 100 other things. They just chose to put lead in it. And lead, contrary to popular belief, is far more dangerous when you inhale the fumes of it than just, like, eating it or whatever. You're just going to shit it out. Your body's really not absorbing that much in a solid paint chip form. It's not. But if you're like, because I cast lead, or at least I used to cast lead, right? When the fumes are coming off the hot pot, that's when you got to stay away from it. You don't want to breathe that in.
what's it do to you?
It can make you dumber, poison you.
Oh, I think you did. You breathed it in, Bubba.
Definitely. That's so
Proof is in
good.
the pudding.
Get me the cone. You know?
You might have thought you weren't, but
Yeah. No, it's I think that's a chunk of it, man, is they breathe in a lot of lead fumes and disassociation, you know,
Mm.
that it's a whole generation of narcissists. They're just disassociated. They don't see anything else as real beyond themselves.
Yeah. I think if you
I'm
sit
trying
down
to
and
give them
talk
the
to them, they
benefit
might have a different answer than your perspective of it, but
that we're all pieces
it's
of
because
shit
they
just
were
making it.
all damaged and they've all been through
Maybe.
their own trauma, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, but if you talk to them, at least the ones I've talked to, it's never their fault. It's our fault. We're just ungrateful and we're buying too many coffees and sandwiches.
That's just part of how they've dealt with their trauma. It's just to deflect, and it's everybody
Eh,
else's problem, and I don't know.
trauma mixed with lead fumes.
There you go.
And we
Mhm.
keep electing them president. See, I'd rather talk about your pool and boomers than I would all the other insanity of the world.
'Cause it doesn't stop. It's never ending. I did let me Are we on the way to the moon right now?
Yeah, they launched on April 1st.
Are we planning on landing? I thought we
No,
lost all the technology on how to do that, you know, like 30, 40 years ago.
we're not going to the moon.
That what are we doing? What is happening? Was the Artemis or something like that? I
Mhm.
I honestly have not done any research. I just keep seeing things and I'm like not interested, so I scroll past, but part of my brain is catching on. Something's going on. Just like,
Yeah, so we're going to orbit the moon,
why?
allegedly. Great
For
question.
what? What what
Mm.
what is the what is the point of this?
We're
How
not.
many millions or billions of dollars did we spend on this
Billions.
project?
Billions.
Yeah, but we
Billions
still
upon
can't
billions.
land there again, you know, because
No.
not since 65 or something. We
Yeah.
can't do that.
We did it in tinfoil.
Uh-huh.
Who filmed it? Who filmed that? So the capsule that takes off from the moon, the landing pod, who filmed that? How'd
They
you get the
left
film?
somebody behind.
And the best part to me is how did you get the film back to Earth?
I think the best part was the phone call.
Oh, the real-time phone
Just
call
get out that rotary phone. Let's call. Let's talk to him on the moon in real time.
in real time, no
In real
lag.
time. Yep. That
Yeah,
was,
'cause that happened. That happened. No, this is how you know it's bullshit, is they're doing everything they can to distract us and make us believe everything's great. I feel like they're doing everything they can to distract us. Do you hear what Matt Gaetz, former representative Matt Gaetz, came out and said?
no, what?
You're gonna love this. So former Congressman Matt Gaetz from Florida came out and said that when he was in Congress, he was briefed by a military personnel and a skiff, which isn't really that big a fucking deal, but whatever. Um, that parts of the U.S. military and intelligence agencies had captured biologic entities that were breeding, and they were breeding them with humans to create hybrids that could communicate across the cosmos.
Oh, that just sounds like a new sci-fi movie.
Except you have a former congressman who's saying it, and then you have other Congress people coming out and backing up with his claims.
Nice.
Yeah, which I also think is just bullshit. It's like, well, just show any proofs? Like, no, he just told me this, and you can see it like how much of it is nonsense. Because this is the kicker. Once you go into the skiffs and you sign all the non-disclosure bullshit, the NDAs, they'll tell you a truth mixed with a lie, and then you don't get to repeat any part of it. They'll tell you things you already know, and now you don't get to repeat it. You know what I mean? Because then how do you prove that you didn't just break this contract? Because I told you in here, well, I learned it somewhere else. Prove it.
That's tricky.
So it's tricky. And ultimately none of those people care. It's all just distractions. The thing I have truly enjoyed the most of all this, the world's falling apart, us going to war, Israel blowing up Lebanon for no reason. Nobody's covering that. They're just going in there and they're leveling buildings and they're shooting women and children in the street. They're just shooting them. They're fucking shooting them. Is what's going on in Ohio, which I think should have been made a much bigger deal of. The Afro Man controversy.
You did not go there.
I love it.
I know you keep sending me everything, and I'm just like, not into this. I'm not into the Afro stuff.
How are
the
you
Afro
not
Man
into
stuff.
that?
I don't know. I just don't. Not everything is as interesting to me. I don't know.
Oh,
You know what?
nerd.
You always send me the ones from that. There's some.
Gerald the dolphin.
No, I actually think that's interesting. The you send me TikToks from some server lady, some server who tells the stories of
Oh yeah,
people that
well
come
no,
in or whatever. I
she's
don't.
making fun of the people. Oh
She's really
well,
not as funny to me as she is to
oh,
you.
I
I
think
think.
she's
I don't know.
hilarious.
I usually start watching and I'm like, scroll. Like, why does he send me this?
Okay, well I didn't know. I thought it
That
was funny.
lady.
I'm just trying to share humor.
Oh, I know. I love it. I love all the TikToks you send. I guess I don't
Yeah.
know why that just popped in my head. I'm like thinking that server lady's popped in my head.
Well, we were both servers at one time in our life. I thought you could relate to just like bougie, uppity ridiculousness of just requests. Like, can I get my steak with no seasoning and I don't want it on the grill? And like, uh, maybe?
I don't like to visit my past trauma.
Like, maybe? I don't know. Can I get some fries that aren't deep fried in oil?
And it
Like,
was
I
always
don't
on
want any
Sundays.
oil. Yeah, always on a Sunday.
Always on a Sunday. That's the worst shift that any
Oh,
server could ever pick up ever in the history of serving is the Sunday afternoon shift.
it's punishment.
When people get out of church and they show up at a restaurant, and people that don't work in restaurants don't realize that.
No,
No,
it's
they
it's
don't
the worst.
realize that the church group are that's the most dreaded group of people that ever show up into a restaurant.
They don't tip and they're mean.
Yeah, they're mad because they just got chewed out and they feel like shit about how they're living their lives.
Mhm.
And then they just had to tithe and give to the church and they're pissed about that. So they're not giving to some fucking broke ass server. They're not doing that.
No.
They just gave to the church. Like
The
they talk
the
down to you.
yes, the worst behavior I've ever seen in a restaurant, was from pastors in Murfreesboro,
Mhm.
interestingly enough. One was from a pastor of a very large church in Murfreesboro who was yelling at a pregnant waitress
I believe
about how
it.
she was gonna go to hell.
Hmm. It's a
And you're
bit
just
much,
like,
but
yeah, and like our manager at the time, I'm not gonna blow his name out. He came out and told the guy to get out. Get out, don't come back. He's like, "Do you know why?" He's like, "I don't care. Get out, don't come back, or I'm calling the cops right now."
yeah.
And him and his table of like 15 got up and like he was there with like this was a huge thing. The beauty is they didn't get their food yet, so they were able to kill most of it, right? Like they just had drinks and shit. I don't even know what happened. It just came out like, yeah, she's unwed. She's pregnant. She's trying to work there. She's in a bad situation. She's picking up every shift she can, right?
Mhm.
Trying to figure out what she's going to do with her life. And here comes a pastor of, at that time, 20 plus years ago, a very large church in Murfreesboro. Just like I was in the back and I could hear someone shouting at the front. We all ran out and Mark was, my manager at the time. He was already there. He was on it, fucking on it. He was great.
Good.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah.
good. He didn't put up with shit. Like that was not a,
Yeah.
just gonna come in there and shit on people,
Mhm.
yeah, chucked them all out.
That's great.
Yeah, dude
I mean, that
stormed
they
out.
got kicked out,
Furious.
that they didn't have to put up with it,
Oh
but
yeah, no, like you're
mhm.
out. You're out. This is ridiculous. She just went in the back bawling. And he was just telling her she was gonna go to hell and she didn't change it. Like, and I get that he's trying to like, if you don't change your life, you're gonna go to hell. Do you realize you're just an unwed mother and now you're gonna have a bastard baby who's gonna burn in hell? You're burning in hell. You're just losing his shit.
Because she chooses to be pregnant and serving on a
No.
Sunday and, like
So I do know what triggered it. She brought him an unsweet tea as opposed to a sweet tea. Because of the fucking 15, 16 people total at the table. He was the only sweet tea. Everyone else wanted unsweet tea or water. Sorry, I gave you the wrong glass. That's when he just fucking
so
stood
he's
up
just
and went
a
ballistic.
prick.
Yeah. I mean, and having been involved in the big church world for a chunk of my life,
Mhm.
they all are. Like
Yeah.
they're some of the worst human beings on the planet. Consistently.
Yeah.
Consistently. Whether they
Mhm.
actually don't have any faith of anything they're saying, which is very common, or they're straight up fucking psychopaths.
Part of what makes it worse when it's a pastor or somebody that's in charge of a church is they have an ego just like the hobo down the street or the
Mhm.
the basketball player or they have the same egos. It's just they use everything in God's name, and that really pisses me off. Like
I think it's worse.
they use it as you know what I mean? Like they feel like they can act that way because they have God on their side. And I just feel like God should just trip their ass down the stair. That just really pisses me off.
It usually does. Usually their lives are pretty destroyed, right? Like it's if you get the chance to look in, it ain't at all what it appears to be, you know.
Do you remember the church that we grew up going to?
Yeah.
Okay,
East Bay Faith
and
Center.
East Bay Faith Center, and which was a huge. Well, we had what over 1,000 people in that congregation or something.
It
It
was
was
huge.
huge church,
Yeah.
and I got I got into some personal trouble my later years in high school, and the assistant pastor's wife came down and decided she was going to mentor me. Pulled me out of high school. I think she did this 3 different times. Pulled
How?
me out. She was a pastor at a church. They literally I just got my name called and was taken out of school. She came, picked me up, and took me down the street to Taco Bell, and was trying
Seems
to
more like grooming to me, but whatever.
well, basically, I had gone through some stuff,
Yeah.
and I had made some decisions, and this was their way of telling me that I was needed to do everything I needed to do not to go to hell for the choices that I had made and the decisions that I had made, and um she really made me feel like a piece of shit, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
I really was going through it, and she didn't help me. She made me feel worse. She made me feel like God was mad at me
Mhm.
when I was already wondering where the fuck God was, because I was already going through what I was going through as a 16-year-old girl. So then you put that all behind, okay? Skip forward 10 years. I never got anything out of that lady, whatever. Skip forward 10 years, and we find out that that entire time, her and her husband had been cheating on each other, and
Yeah.
here they are trying to take people like me, young girls, and try to preach to us and coach us and life coach us in a way that they know better, when really they're living in sin way more than me as a 16-year-old girl even knew how to. It just really pisses me off. Like,
It really sounds more to me like they're not trying to mentor you, and she was trying to test how emotionally fragile you are. Because if you're going to try and groom a girl, that's the perfect time to do it when they're going through some shit. Because they're emotionally available, they're looking to hook on, and control always starts with negativity and down, and to make you less than you are, so that the hooks can stay in, and now they can steer you.
what all
And
was
I've
she trying
seen
to
it in
groom
the
me
church.
for?
Sure, you do.
No, I wasn't a part of it. I wasn't.
No, no, no. You would have
I
been. You would
mm,
have been a part of
if
that
I
party
had
in
fallen
time.
for it,
Hmm.
no.
That's
Yeah.
what she wants. And if you didn't take, cool. Some other girl did. They have access to hundreds of them. Go
Well,
get her husband a little popsicle cupcake, snow bunny, whatever.
it was a horrible. It
Yeah.
was a horrible experience. She just made me feel like shit.
Yeah, that's
I needed somebody to reassure me that I was a good person
mhm,
and that I was making the right choices for me in my life, and that God still loved me. And that is not
mhm.
what I got out of that.
Yeah.
But surely they can't do that shit anymore. They can't go take girls out of school and
I bet they can.
oh, surely not. I mean, parents can't even hardly go to a school and take their kids out anymore. A lot of things have changed with public schools now. You can't just show up. You can't even walk in the door.
Maybe.
You literally cannot walk through the front door anymore.
I
So
don't know. I
hopefully.
don't know. I hope not, but it does matter. People drop their kids off for that. I mean, and here's the thing, like, I'm a man of faith. I believe in these things. God does love you, Amy. It's, uh, that's all it's about, and having seen so much crazy corruption, crazy corruption. I don't know. I don't know. I'm glad people are able to find things at churches. When I was going crazy last summer and I told my wife, she told me, she's like, "This is how I knew you were really hurting." She's like, "You said we need to go to church." I was like, "Go to church." She's like, "Oh my God, this is bad."
Yeah.
I mean,
Listen,
like,
he's really not okay.
he's not okay. And I was like, I was not okay. Um,
Mhm.
for the first time, and this is how not okay I am, for the first time in like months, like since it happened, right? So 9 months ago, um, I was telling her some of the stuff I was going through, especially when they put me on those steroids, like some of the shit I was seeing, and she's like, "What?" And I was like, she's like, "But you said you didn't." I was like, "Listen, I said I didn't have thoughts of hurting myself. That wasn't my thought. That was whatever the hell was sitting next to talking to me."
Yeah.
I was just sitting there going, "Oh, I think my brain's broke." Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm ever coming back from this.
Yeah. Get out. Get out. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, uh,
Mm.
yeah, it's so we went to that, and it was very nice. I appreciate it. The people there were great. Friends of ours recommended the church. I have nothing against this church. I think they're a very nice church. Um, I felt we needed to get out of there quickly. And we were there for a little while, and I felt bad because nobody really met me on my best. They just met me white knuckling life. That's the only time these people saw me. Like, so you don't know me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just knew me as like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to hold on right now. And I was just I was on. I think I already knew what I needed to do, but I still needed time to heal, and I needed some distance. And yeah, anyway, I left there because I believe that the pastor didn't really have faith. I think it was a job. Especially some of the things he was saying and things that were going on. I was like, oh, you schedule this all out a year in advance. This is
there are more politics in church than almost the government. So,
oh yeah.
I mean, it's a real thing.
Well, they're both gangs.
It's a good way to say it.
No, they are. Like,
Yeah.
I can speak with some authority on both of those. They're gangs. Government is a gang. You just hope that gang is supposedly in your best interest. Like back in the day when the mob ran, like the Italian or this neighborhood or that neighborhood. You know what you didn't have in that neighborhood? Petty crime. Why? Because the mob didn't stand that. They're not going to let you rob from Mrs. Susan down the street who's running her fucking fruit stand.
Because that's Big Joe's aunt. Yeah.
Or what? Or just because she was really nice to them as kids. It doesn't matter. Like you just leave her alone. Like you now have a problem with us. Like we're here to make money. I'm making money off the like. That's the thing that the movies want to spin on us. Is that I'm not pro organized crime, by the way. But they're like,
to be clear.
I'm not pro government either. But whatever. But
not pro church either.
Not really. Well, I mean, I have a home church.
It's different.
So
it's good for people to have a community of like-minded people that make you feel good and safe.
Well, that's small, and we can talk about our faith, and we can worship and praise together, and then we have a meal together, and we check in on each other's lives. It's not 1,000 of us; it's a couple of us, and we know each other.
It's a community. It doesn't have to. Yeah, it could be 10 people, and that's wonderful. So.
Yeah, I believe that's honestly how it's supposed to be. But anyway, so the organized crime kept it out because they're there to make money. You're not going to make money off the fruit stand down the street. That's some movie bullshit. I want my protection money. Yeah, they did do that to large restaurants and businesses who weren't owned by the locals in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Like you're coming in here and extracting wealth from our neighborhood. Cool. You owe us money or we're going to burn you down. You're the local Italian guy running the fruit stand. I tell you what.
Government does it. They just say it's called taxes.
So think about it this. The greatest thing the FBI ever did, like the thing they really mobilized for, wasn't the war on terror. It was the war on organized crime. And if you think about it that way, the reason they mobilized on the war on organized crime is because they don't want any competition. Beep, beep, beep. You backing
a lot of stuff going on around here today. There's a dump backing in.
They put that on the back of your chair for safety reasons?
Oh, you're an ass. You're talking about my dump truck.
I meant your chair. Wide load.
Mm-hmm. No. They're backfilling around the pool right now. We're bringing in more gravel. Cool. Yeah, it's completely full.
Yeah, they got it plumbed. Oh, awesome.
It's plumbed. It's the electrical guys were here yesterday and the day before.
So it's all done.
Kind of. They haven't actually cut it on yet, I don't think. I think they might be waiting for an inspector to come before they cover part of it up. I don't know.
I don't know anything about pool construction.
It's been a lot.
Cool though, man. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm pumped for you. But no, like so church is the same thing. Church is organized crime. They have 501c3s. They made a deal with the government. They filter all this money. They don't pay taxes. They take from the people. They give to a very few. And if you don't do it, they use social manipulation, friendships, contracts. There's churches in my area that make you sign contracts if you want to be a member of how much money you're going to give them. And you have to turn over your like your W-4s, your W-2s, your tax to show that you are in fact this is how much you made and this is how much you give. Oh,
absolutely not. No.
Hundreds of people do it.
That it's insane. They're stupid. I'm sorry if you're listening to this and you're giving your church your W-2, you're stupid.
You're definitely stupid.
That's so fucking stupid.
I've come to understand there's a lot of stupid.
You do not have to give a church your W-2 to have a relationship with God. Like you don't have to pay for that. It's free. And anybody trying to sell it to you is full of shit.
Well, the man himself in the New Testament said quite literally the same thing. This is free. You can't earn it. You can't buy it. You can't do anything. It's free.
What is that old
It's by
saying? Like,
faith.
you don't have to go to church because you can find Jesus under a rock. Like,
Yeah.
that says it right there. You don't have to pay tithes and have you don't have to and that this is where I think the bullshit of all of it comes in with people's egos and they care what people think about their life, keeping up with the Joneses. They're not going to church to get something out of it. They're going to church because they're going to the biggest church because that's where all the cool people go, and they're hoping that they can run into so and
Yes.
so that owns this business.
Networking.
So it's like an opportunity for them, and you're making all your kids get up and get dressed and act a certain way, and the whole time you're going to church to praise Jesus, and you're yelling at your kids, you're cussing at your kids, you're barking at your kids, and instead you could just keep your ass at home and have a nice, loving day with your family. Like,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, it's a lot about church. It really pisses me off.
No, it should. It should. It should. And
Well,
it's
going to a
righteously so.
restaurant and being like we were just talking about, going to a restaurant and being mean to a server, go
Mhm.
home and cook a meal and hang out with your family and be nice to them. Like,
The fact that people pay their tithes on a credit card so they can get credit card points and they'll get
you can pay tithes on a credit card?
yeah. Most
Okay, so
big churches take credit cards. I guarantee all the big churches in your area take credit cards.
so I will confidently sit here and talk shit about a church. I will do that, but I don't actually go to church, and I haven't for a really fucking
Yeah.
long time. So long ago that when I did, you handed around a little bowl and you had to put cash in it, or you could write a check.
You can write a
They
check.
they accepted checks, yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
just
they
hope
take
it
credit
didn't
card
bounce because
payments.
the church would charge you that fee for a bounced check.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they'll start sending you letters.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, that's how did I tell you that when, Alyssa, because I didn't make my kids go to church either. Alyssa went to church with a friend one time. She stayed the night and they were going to church. I thought that was wonderful. They went to the youth program. That was wonderful. And they
Mhm.
asked for tithes in the youth
Mhm.
room, which I tried to prepare her for what she was going to. I never prepared her for tithing because she was going with her friends to the youth group room. But
Yeah.
they tithed in the youth group room. So when they had given them all suckers when they had got in there. Well, then they all sit down, they start talking, and then they start handing around this bowl. So she was like, she took her wrapper and put her wrapper in it because she thought it was for the trash for the suckers.
So do you know why they give the kids suckers like
I
that
think
when you
that's
go in?
wonderful. What? Why?
Huh? Obligation. It's an obligated
So we
purchase.
gave you a sucker, now you're gonna give us money?
That's why churches run communion the way they do. Pick up your cracker and wine in the back of the room and go forward. Now when it's time
So
to
you
tithe,
feel
you
like you
feel
owe them
obligated.
something.
Yes.
See, church is not supposed to
No, they teach that in like church. Like you go to a church, they have all these ways of how to psychologically manipulate people to make sure
Mhm.
got to keep the house of God funded. No,
The
you don't.
greatest thing to happen to reveal the truth of churches was that lady last year who went around calling church after
Yeah.
church after church asking for baby formula. I just
Yep.
need to feed my baby. Can you please help me?
Big churches.
Big churches. And do you go here? Are you a member? Do you what? Like, she's asking for help. Can we get down to the basics of what you are here for, to help people?
Yeah.
Because that's the Jesus way, is to help people. Like, church just pisses me off.
Those things do. See, that's also like it's church isn't a building. Church is the people. It's the people who share the faith in Jesus Christ. That is the church. The church is not a building. It's not any of this other bullshit that's set out. Most of those guidelines you get in the New Testament, and it's just I'm going with my opinion, is because it grew at such a rapid rate, and it does. And you don't know how to manage all these people, so they're like, okay, well, we're going to put people in charge. Okay, you're working through basic logistics and organization charts. Okay, what it has turned into is an abomination. It is wrong. It is wrong. It doesn't follow any of that. Nobody's talking. So, like in the old first world church, you were just talking. Like if you go to a church now, there's 3 points in a poem, and you're going to have a motivational speech at the end. That's what it's a motivational speaker. It's all he's doing.
Mhm.
Whereas the old one is you would just share the teachings of Jesus Christ, like love your neighbor as yourself.
Mhm.
Love God above.
Well, everybody has to be entertained now. So it absolutely has everything to do with entertainment.
Yeah,
Churches
if
that
you have
do
a high
well,
wire act.
yes, the churches that do well have an excellent speaker as their pastor.
Yeah, because it's not a
Yeah.
church.
Mm.
That's not at all what it is. It's something else. It's an abomination. Not that they can't do good, not that God can't do good things to them. That's not at all what I'm saying, because that's what people hear. I'm just saying that you got to seek the man on your own. You need to read the red lettered words. If you read the red lettered words in the book and then go to a church, there's no way you're going to put those two things together that this works. Because it doesn't. It just doesn't. He's talking about mercy, grace, forgiveness, love, letting things go, coming to him, repentance. A righteous man falls 7 times. You know what? He gets up 7. That's all he's asking for. It's that absolute love and forgiveness. That's it. And you go now, and it is Carl Jung said, I don't give a fuck what Carl Jung said. If I'm broken and my spirit is broken and my heart is hurting, and you're not going to tell me about love and about grace and about a debt that was paid for me that I could never repay, that I never had to ask for, and all I have to do is repent and weep and believe. That's it. That's the requirements. And yet you almost never hear that anywhere else. You don't hear that anywhere else. And it just makes me sick. It makes it enrages me. And it kept people well, it's church hurt and you stay out. And so I got to talk to my pastor, show me that shit. So you got to submit to the authority. Blow me.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not Christ.
Suck my dick. Seriously.
Yeah, you're not Christ. So stop talking to me. You know what I mean? Stop talking to me like that. It's like, okay, well, how do you know the Lord isn't working through me right now? It's like, if he is, he'll do it again through someone else because you're a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
I think I've always got hung up on the pastors with a superior complex of God speaks through me. Well, God speaks through me too, bitch. Shut up. Sit down. Like that.
Yeah.
It speaks to
They're
all
unique.
of us. Like that. You are not special. Like it is a job. Being a pastor is a job, but it's a job I feel like they don't understand to do it the right way. To be humble and loving and caring and to be there for your people instead of telling your people how to be is rare. And I don't know any pastors like that.
So as we're coming up on Easter, I think it's Easter. And the interesting thing is, scholars, religious scholars who do date and times, they actually believe that this particular time frame that we're having is true to the original. That's what the documentation would lead us to believe. So this is one of the rare times that Easter really lines up with the actual dates. And when he was riding in on the donkey and they have the palms and everyone's crying out Hosanna, and the Pharisees, and they come to him and say, you need to shut them up. This is heresy. And he tells them if they were to stop talking, the stones would cry out. And so to me, that is just, like you said, it's like, I have the authority. All right, you den of vipers and thieves, you sons of serpents, you're the problem. You're the problem. These broken spirits and manipulators who just take advantage of the weak and downtrodden. And again, I come to with my faith, Christ came and talked to the whores and the tax collectors and the broken. Why? Because he's there to help and fix and repair and bring wholeness to people who haven't done what they need to do. You can't help the righteous, right? Especially because you're self-righteous. Yeah. You can't see past, you know what I mean? I can see the splinter in your eye, but I can't see the plank in mine. And that's the truth of it. And that's these people. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of these people. And I feel bad for them. But again, having met a lot of them who are of some note, none of them really believe the shit. Mm-hmm. They just think everyone's a sucker and they're taking.
That's what I don't feel bad for them because I don't.
I do.
I haven't. I can't think of one that I have legitimately met that doesn't know he's full of shit. I think that they know. They know they're full of shit. They know what they're saying. They know, they are aware somewhere in their mind that they're saying this and doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I think there's some out there. I just think once you go large, just kind of like the lady calling around, who did you get? The little old man at the little local community church, right? Who's like, we don't have a lot. And what do you tell her? We don't have a lot of money. But I'll take care of you. You come down here and I'll take care of it. I got you. Mm-hmm. I get a little teary-eyed thinking about it. That's what it is. It's like, listen, we don't have money here for that, honey. He's like, but you come on down here, I'll take care of you. We'll get you set up.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's everything. And you have these churches who have, like, there's churches in Knoxville that have, $22 million operating budgets, and you're like, what? Private school attached. And we're going to, like,
Yeah.
fucking, what's going on here?
Here where I live in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, we're in Middle Tennessee. I'm less than a mile from one of the largest churches in Tennessee,
In
World
Tennessee.
Outreach. Yeah.
Yeah.
World Outreach Church is just, I mean, I can't throw a baseball over there, but it's just right there. Like we can hear the music on Sundays when
Oh,
like
yeah.
we can hear shuts down traffic. They have multiple officers out there on the road because it's just huge. I do love a lot of what they do for the community. They'll have a lot going on at Easter. They'll have a
Yeah.
lot going on for every holiday, really. They really do it big for all the kids and stuff. That every winter they have ice skating rink out there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's fun. It's
Yeah.
got to be fun. If you're a kid and you go to church, that's got to be a fun church to go to.
Yeah.
Halloween. Oh my gosh, the entire campus is just completely covered in tents and activities and stuff for the kids, and that's good play. That's a good thing. It's better than
Yes.
door to door trick or treating, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just know most of the uppers in this town that I live in go to that church.
Yeah.
And I just can see very clearly it's a game. It's a political game. They're
Yeah.
going to meet people. They're going so that they can say that they go to the same church as these other people so that they can it's just networking.
Yeah, the benefit that comes out of it isn't intention. And see, that's the thing, is like when I see good works coming out of things like that, to me, that is God. Because he's taking something that is broken and filled with vileness, and he's still saving people. He's still helping
Yeah.
people. It's still, well, the top is, and you don't have to participate, and at some point you can see it. And, you do like me, start a home church. I'm big on home churches. I'm big on it. I had thought, my wife and I talked about it for years, and I just didn't want to do it. For a lot of reasons. And then I just finally, like, all right, we're going to do it, whatever. And then I had some dear friends who I would never, they're not the ones I would have like, oh, they're going to come. Nope. They're absolutely there. You're just like,
That's
this
great.
is a weird turn of events.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Okay.
You've got a
Rock
great little
on.
group there. It's good.
Yeah,
It's a good size too.
Yeah, we're right there. There's one or two others that are invited. I know they want to come, but they don't. That's their struggle, right? Like everyone does that. But at the same time, like the word that we cover, so like I'm typically in charge of that. I'm trying to talk the other guys into doing it. Because we're supposed to build disciples of men. That's the point, is to grow our faith so that we can disciple to others. Typically, most people hold that back because they're unwilling to talk about faith or God or ask to pray for someone because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And that's really just the enemy winning that day, because that person you might need to talk to, like the change in me that I've just I'm either all in or I'm all out, right? For flaws and all. I swear I'm a bad person. I tend to get angry quickly, and I don't have a problem putting hands on somebody. You know what I mean? And none of those are good things. I laugh about it, but none of them are good things. And I wish I could change all of them. And I'm trying. Sometimes I feel like Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. He's talking to that guy who's robbing him at the end. Listen, Ringo. he's like, I want to be the shepherd. He said, but that shit's not true. I'm the tyranny of evil men, and you're the weak. But I'm trying to be the shepherd. And I feel that's where I am. I am trying my best to be the shepherd. I'm trying to be that person. And I had a guy the other day who's a dear friend, and he's been going through some stuff, and he came up in his golf cart, and we're talking, and I could feel it. Like when I was going crazy, I get on my golf cart, and God always put the right person in time for me to talk to without missing a beat. I always ran into the right person. I could tell this is my time to pay back a little of what I owed. And so I just say, hey man, can I pray for you? And he just breaks down, and I just broke down with him. I know what it's like to be there, and I wish he would come. I know he won't, but I wish he would. And the invitation's always there. But that's what it's about. And, my whole neighborhood knows. I live in a small town. Everybody knows how crazy I am. But I also don't give a shit.
Everybody who's met you knows how crazy you are.
Yeah, but I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Nothing more dangerous than someone who's comfortable with
That's
their
what
own
makes you
crazy.
seem crazier. Yeah, that's what really kicks it in for everybody.
It's
Like,
like, you
damn, he
seem a
knows
little,
it.
you have no idea.
He is not trying to hide it.
Yeah, and, so the message that we pull from here, yeah, I talk about the words of Christ. Anything else from the black that I pull to emphasize, cool. The history of the background, fantastic. That's more Bible study stuff. What we need to hear in that moment, I believe, at least how the Lord has put on my heart that we believe, it's that it's repentance and forgiveness and trying to understand and, just trying to be better, trying to love each other more and understand that it's okay to let things go. That's the hard shit, right? It's the difficulty isn't necessarily in forgiving someone else, I found. It's in letting it go. Letting even the forgiveness go, because we hold on to that. I forgave you.
Because until you let it go, you don't really forgive.
And you're not free. You're not free. You're not. Even of yourself, which is the hardest. To let yourself go. Like, I made a mistake. Yeah. Hell yeah, I made a mistake. I made a lot of mistakes. Big ones, small ones. That's the craziest thing is a thing I think movies, and I wonder if it's intentional. I believe it is intentional. They like when you see demon possession or attacks, it's always these dramatic things. It's not. It's the little voice in the back of your head that starts listing all the horrible shit you've ever done. That is spiritual and demonic warfare. 100% believe that. I know that to be true. The worst part about it is they're not going to tell you any lies. All that shit that comes up in your head's true. It doesn't mine. When it comes for me in the middle of the night or at 3 a.m., when I'm checking the windows and it starts saying, how about this and this and this and this? It's like, I did all of that, but I'm forgiven. That's the only thing I hold on to. In the middle of that night when that's going down, when I was sitting on my porch, I was just holding on to Jesus. That was it. And I understand that forgiveness and that holding in a way that I've never understood it before in my life. And that's sad. That's sad that my arrogance has kept me so separated for so long. But that's then and this is now. It be what it be. And with all that going on, at least we still don't live in the Isle of Man or Austria or Germany, who are now out of petrol, along with Australia, who has 18 days as the world runs out of fuel, which means they'll run out of food next and electricity. Cuba still doesn't have electricity, by the way.
That's crazy.
Wait till we hear the casualty rates, if they ever talk about it. By the way, Israel's blowing up the Christian churches in Iran, as is America. That's the areas we're targeting. One of the oldest Orthodox churches in Iran got fucking destroyed. The 2 cities we attacked. By the way, did you know in Japan, the 2 cities we nuked were the Christian capitals of Japan?
No, I didn't even know we nuked anything.
In Japan?
I'm not
Hiroshima and Nagasaki, World
Oh,
War
you're
II?
talking about
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like right now something's happening. I'm like,
No, we
I
haven't
haven't
nuked
heard. I
anything
don't even
yet.
know what you're talking about.
We haven't nuked anything yet. But no, the 2 cities,
Oh.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those were the
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. Like that the only 2 cities we blew up over there were those. And right now in Iran, it seems to be a systemic targeting of like the cities they're blown up and they're all Christian cities.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. It's wild. Things that are going on right now are wild. I don't know. I don't know why Ghislaine Maxwell's. I know I'm saying her name wrong. I think it's funnier to say it my way. But right?
You like saying jizz, yeah.
Ghislaine. I'm gonna call her that. I know what she is. She's a whore. She's worse than a whore, really. I mean, there's some evil people doing evil shit. Yeah, it's her father ran the educational publishing for the U.S. for our books, McGraw-Hill, who is now owned by another Israeli billionaire whose brother also owns a bunch of the Hollywood media stars and outlets.
Crazy.
Don't worry, all that money is funded by the U.S. because we give them billions of dollars. They don't even use their own money to buy our shit. They don't use their own money. They use our money.
All that whole rabbit hole is just
dark.
It doesn't stop. Yeah, it doesn't stop. It just gets worse and worse.
It's pretty bad. and now we're launching fucking missions to the moon that they're not even
I'm so
advertising. They're not even
confused.
talking about. Oh, we launched a manned mission to the moon. Woo! Like, did you?
Like, what are we doing? It doesn't even make
Did you?
sense. Like, I went down I don't want to say a rabbit hole because it was only like 5 or 10 minutes yesterday, but I watched one video and then it got me. I went searching and
Uh-oh.
footage that people have taken, like thermal footage, video footage of the moon,
Mhm.
and then all the things that you can see moving around on it. It's like, what the? Are you sure we're not already on the moon? Like for real though, somebody's on the moon. Somebody's moving around up there.
What is
Have
it?
you seen all that? Have you seen all
Yeah.
the like?
Oh yeah. Have
Like
you seen
there's
the lunar wave?
the lunar wave. No, what's that?
You
What's
should
a
look up
lunar
the
wave?
lunar wave.
It just made me go. Just thought of like when everybody does a wave in the audience. So
So
what?
you know when like a digital image is rendering and you see this little line that goes down it?
Mm-hmm.
If you film the moon, you can see that in high resolution.
So what is that?
I don't know.
Like, what exactly does that mean? Like, my
Did you know?
mind is jumping to some things, but I don't want to say it out. Like,
So here's the other thing is like there's people, and whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've never done it myself, but allegedly moonlight cools water. They'll put objects in the temperature of moonlight or in the shadow, and the object in the moonlight is cooler. That's not possible.
I've never heard that. That's weird.
Yeah. It was going on for a while and it got shut down. The lunar wave thing was interesting. There's also, now with AI, you kind of got to pull the older videos, right? Like so like now it's hard to tell. So pull from the older videos and you'll see the lunar wave. Dude, what about the Miami Mall incident?
Yeah, which is still
a mystery that no one talks about.
which is kind of mind-boggling to me because if you have that many okay, I get it, everybody has to be quiet when you're presented with something. All those officers that got called to that, okay?
Mhm.
But those officers, let's be real, are all only making $45,000 a year.
Mhm.
What is powerful enough to shut them all up? Like, what is the incentive to nobody's talking?
Well, yeah, it's easy enough. Most people have never really been frightened in their life. They've never had a real threat. A real threat isn't like, "I'll fucking kill you. I'll hurt you." A real threat is someone very friendly coming and knocking on your door, say, "Hey, Amy, what's going on? I'm such and such person. Can I have a few moments of your time?" You'd be like, "Okay. I understand that you were at the mall when all that was going down. Uh-huh. I'd like you to look at this tablet. Uh-huh.
Are
Is
you
that
doing
your
some Men
son?"
in Black shit?
Mhm. No, listen. "Is this your son in his classroom right now? Yeah.
Oh,
Is
that's
this your
dirty.
husband? Is that his car? Is that your other son at work? Is that your grandkids? I don't think you saw anything. What do you think? I don't think I saw anything either. Have a nice day."
But that's a lot of people to do that to, and people are not all rational. Not everybody has somebody they care about like us. You're saying out of all
Everybody,
those officers, none of them
yeah, because they care about their pension. They care about their job. There's something everybody has a lever. It's
it
money, it's people. For you and I,
just
it would be family. The lever,
like
if
and I
it was
get
me,
that.
yeah,
I get that, it just seems like there's too many people. There's
yeah.
too
So why
many, they
has
don't
no one said anything?
that's what I'm saying, that's what I'm asking, like
This is my point. I'm telling you, like the CIA has it down. I'm not saying the CIA covered it up. What I'm saying is they have the analogy down that you can lever anyone. Everyone is leverageable. No one is independent and wild. And if
wow.
they are, they die. Like Charlie
'Cause
Kirk.
you would just think, like, if that was me, I would be telling my best friend, I would be telling you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think you would. I think I know you well enough, and I'm sure they do too, just by credit card purchases, that if someone really came to you and they had let's just say it would, that's exactly how it played out. It's how I described. Someone very friendly comes and knocks on your door. Your Ring camera isn't going to record anything because law enforcement has access to it. If law enforcement, everybody has access to it. That's what most people don't know. Um, they'll blot it out so that person was never there. It's a real Men in Black experience. Dude's going to show up. He's going to show you your son in real time. He's going to show you your husband, where he is, where he's going on, where he just went. He'll show you your grandkids in real time with someone across the street. You know what you do? You shut the fuck up and you sit down because there's people in this world you don't play with.
Hmm.
It's easy. If you come for me, Cool. Bring it. You start coming for my kids and those people I love. Oh, okay. You got me. You got me. I'm compliant. And for the few that are willing to be like, it's not enough, I won't live like this, I'm going to kill you publicly. Like they did Charlie Kirk, which the bullet doesn't match the gun. No shit.
That's just crazy.
No, what's crazy is that Benjamin Netanyahu gave Trump a golden pager mounted on a plaque.
What's that mean? You're my bitch?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it does. So Israel killed like 1,000 people in one instance because they infiltrated an IT telecommunications company that was putting out these pagers that alleged terrorists were using to page each other instead of cell phones. They would just use a pager system to communicate. You're all right?
Yeah, sorry. Pool people are hitting me up, so I was...
No, so they use a pager system, right? And so they handed all these pagers, and they had actually put a small bit of explosives in all the pagers, and they detonated them all at once.
What the fuck?
They killed women, children, people just standing near them, blew up dudes' hips, legs, hands. They killed people that had nothing to do with it, people who just fucking bought a pager, because in the Middle East, I guess pagers are a thing. Yeah. And so what does Netanyahu do? He gives Trump a pager. It's a threat. That's a threat. How did Charlie Kirk die? His lapel mic probably blew a shot into him. That's what I think happened.
What the heck?
He had to. He was mic'd up. Small projectile. The way his shirt flutters when he's shot doesn't make any sense. Gunshots don't do that.
They're figuring it out. Maybe we'll know. Maybe we won't.
Well, so in Tennessee where we live, there's actually an explosive ordnance company who makes things very similar to that.
Wait, is that the one that blew up?
And killed everybody that worked in the room that made them.
Oh, wait, you're serious? Like that is the same?
Yeah, it's the exact same one. They run a DOD contract. DOD, Department of Energy, and they have an exclusive for that.
But that wasn't that long ago. That was just months ago. That was...
Yeah. So that's them cleaning up. Everybody there who works on those kinds of things who had those clearances all died in that blast. There's no evidence now.
Shit. Well, the hole just gets deeper.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
So
but start your own home church and it's not so horrible. That's what I do. And buy shotguns because the fucking robot dogs are coming. Okay? Robot dogs are coming. You think I'm kidding?
No, I've actually seen... I saw one in an airport somewhere,
yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. You know they can mount weapons to those things' backs.
Makes sense.
That's what they're designed for. Yeah. And they go rogue. The videos you end up getting wiped off the internet, because I think that's the one thing COVID really helped them do, is build a really good algorithm to erase things they don't want on there. But
how did COVID help them with that?
Because they were chasing down all the COVID leads and information. And they were doing it in mass time. They'd never really had a reason to try and track down something and perfect the algorithm of erasing disinformation. COVID gave them that opportunity. Everyone was getting silenced. Everyone was getting broken down. They really got to hone their tools for a year or two on that. And now when something they want gone offline, it goes offline.
Interesting.
To protect something, you got to see how people beat it. It's something.
You think Theo Vaughn's listening to us yet?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're his favorite podcast. If he listened to us, probably we'd be top 100.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Probably most definitely.
Probably most definitely.
We'd be in his top 100 podcasts, if not potentially number one, if he actually listened to podcasts or had a podcast list.
Yeah.
We'd be number one. Probably.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we're probably Theo Vaughn's favorite podcast if he listened to us.
There's a good chance. There's probably a good chance.
There's very possibly a probably good chance. Probable good chance.
Gosh.
Any words of wisdom?
I have no words of wisdom,
You gotta
but I
tell
hope you
everyone that how much you believe in. We should do next one. We should talk about your belief in flat Earth.